The idea that came to you was meant for you to create with it. The idea that was planted in your head was meant for you to do something with it. And this is something that has been on my mind for the past few days, and I feel like I need to share it. Like it is meant for someone to hear this. That idea, if you were looking for some confirmation, that idea that was planted in your head, that thing that has been on your mind that you can't stop thinking about, take action. It was meant for you to create with it. We get things planted in our mind. We get ideas and certain messages that we're supposed to put out there, that we're supposed to create with. And a lot of the times we get afraid of the unknown. We have this uncertainty in our mind that, what if it doesn't work out, or I'm not prepared enough, or I don't feel qualified, or what will people think? But I'm here to tell you specifically that idea was meant for you to create with it. That idea that you got, that light bulb, that, that big thing that you're struggling with, should I do this or not? It was meant for you to create with it. This is your message, and I was led to share that with you because I think a lot of the times we struggle with trusting our intuition. We struggle with tapping into ourselves because we're so distracted with social media. We're distracted by the opinions of others. We're distracted by our own thoughts. And this is something that I've been learning in my own life lately. And I realized the power of my intuition a few years back, and how when I was able to tap into it, I was able to free myself from a certain situation. The point that I'm trying to make here is that the moment that you really tap into yourself, you really tap into your intuition, you really become in tune with your true highest self, your life will begin to shift in the direction that it's supposed to. Because the things that you've been through, the hardships that you've faced, all of those things have formed the person that you are now. And a lot of the times we can become insecure because of those things that we've been through, those hardships, and you've probably been through some very traumatic and tragedy. But I'm here to tell you right now that that idea that was planted in your head was planted for a reason. There's a reason why you have that, and why you feel it, and why you dream about it, and why you think about it, and why it's so strong. And you keep trying to ignore it, you keep trying to push it to the side, but that was meant for you. That was meant for you to create with it. So this is the confirmation, if you were looking for a confirmation, that this is the time for you to start. This is the time for you to implement that action. I'm not entirely sure specifically who this is for or what this is about, but I do know that the moment you take that action, you will realize why it was so important for you to do it. And the moment that you allow the universe to use you as a vessel, the moment that you trust yourself enough to know that you do have that value, that you do matter, that, because I don't know, okay, I'm just going to say what I feel led to say, okay? Right now, you're probably feeling like, why me? Why am I getting chosen to do this? I'm not prepared, or I don't feel like I have all the answers. Or here's a different aspect. You probably do feel, you know what? I do feel prepared. I have the knowledge. I've done my research, but you're just scared to start. You're just scared to start. And I feel like this is kind of more for the second person, is that you have prepared yourself. You have the knowledge. You know exactly what you're supposed to do. You've gone through this stage of maturity, but it's just something holding you back. And that thing holding you back is the fact that you don't believe in yourself enough. You probably don't feel like you have the strength to actually do it. You have some form of insecurity that's stopping you from taking that action, from taking that step. Well, I'm here to tell you that the universe has heard you. Your spirit guides have heard you, that it's time for you to take that action. And you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong. You're not crazy. There is a reason why you are being chosen to do that. There's a specific, beautiful reason that you probably don't understand right now, that you're probably afraid. You're probably like, I don't understand how I'm going to do it. But this is the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing about the universe is when you learn to let go and you just let it unfold beautifully, you will get to the point where the journey becomes the beauty of it. A lot of the times, and you will have people that are successful, that have achieved great things. They will tell you, they'll be like, I have this car, I have this nice house, blah, 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 but I'm still not happy. And the reason is because a lot of the times we attach what we consider to be happy, an object, or maybe a tangible object, or we attach it to a person. But the thing is that it's not going to fill that inner void that you feel inside. It's not going to fill it, and you're going to keep being in that cycle of, I need to chase this to be happy, and I need to get here to be happy, and I need to do this to be happy. And this is something that I've learned in my own journey, that I'm still learning, that all this time I wasn't seeking a specific thing. What I was seeking was something that I could tap into myself. And if you're someone that you struggle with being secure with the decisions that you make, because, okay, I want you to do a little exercise here so that you kind of know, because a lot of the times we can confuse our intuition with certain thoughts. But let me tell you this, and your intuition is your gut. Your intuition is that still small voice that that's ingrained inside of you, that that's what you're supposed to do. I'm trying to give an example where you can relate to it, but have you ever thought of a decision that you're going to make, right? And the first one that you think, you're like, yeah, that's the one. That's your intuition. But then your brain kind of tricks you and tells you, no, don't do that one. Do this one. So you choose a second one instead because it's more logical. There you go. Okay. That's what I'm trying to get to. A lot of the times we just want to do what's logical. We want to do kind of like a pattern that we're familiar with, which, we don't want to do something that's uncomfortable because we've never been there. We don't know. Our brain kind of like sends signals, danger ahead, because it's not logical for you to do that. But this is the thing about your intuition. Your intuition will sometimes tell you to do things or to go into certain directions where it seems illogical. It seems like, okay, this person is delusional. But that very path is going to lead you to where you need to be, to where the highest version of yourself goes. And it's a beautiful thing because we get so scared to do the thing that we're not familiar with. We get so scared to do the thing that we associate with being illogical. And this is one of the ways that I started to realize that, you could be on the right path, right? Is you say something to someone, maybe an idea, or you're talking about a certain topic, and they kind of give you oh, that's impossible, or but this is the thing. You in yourself, in your heart, in your essence, you know that you can. You may not know how, you may not know when, you may not know what are the steps to get there, but there's just this knowing that you have that you can achieve it. And here's another example, okay? Maybe you visualize yourself in something, or you keep having this reoccurring dream, right? Where and I probably talked about this in the last couple of videos, and I don't know, and I feel like this is meant for someone to kind of like, wake up. This is for you to create. A lot of the times, we visualize something, or God, the source, the universe puts something, a visualization in our mind. It's something so crystal clear that you can you literally feel yourself like you're in that area. You feel yourself like you're there. And what happens is that you're like, I just had the craziest dream. I just had the craziest vision. But this is the thing. You would not have been able to visualize that if you were not able to materialize it. You would not have been able to visualize, to see that vision, if you were not able to bring it into your reality. And trust me, take it from someone who grew up. I grew up extremely poor. I grew up in extremely toxic and all types of different things in my life. I'm not trying to get into my personal life, but what I'm trying to tell you, if somebody like me could believe, could change their life to something better, one day I will have the courage to share with you guys, my story and the things that I've gone through, and you're not going to believe it, okay? Because the type of person that I am now and the person that I was before, completely different people. But what I'm trying to tell you with that is, it may seem impossible to you. You may seem like you're crazy. People around you may tell you, you can't do that. But I'm telling you right now, if you can visualize it in your head, if you can see that in your head, it will come true. At a young age, I didn't have, certain positive figures to look up to, healthy family dynamics. But in my mind, I held on to that inner child belief, that imagination that sparked as long as I can remember, I think until I was like 16 years old. And I vividly remember that I imagined myself having a beautiful family, having, a child. And I just vividly remember imagining having, that love and, that caring. I didn't know exactly how I would get there. I always grew up being told that, that life isn't for us. But the thing is that I believed it so deeply. I can visualize it. It's just crystal clear. And now I'm living that. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful son. And I could almost cry because there was no way that I could visualize that, because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't know what that looked like. So to have that now and to realize that if you can visualize this, because you can step into that reality, is crazy. It sounds crazy. It looks crazy, but it's not crazy. So I'm just here to tell you deeply from the bottom of my heart, felt led to tell you this. That idea that popped into your head, this is your confirmation to take action. This is your confirmation to start learning about it. Start doing your research, but don't just plan. I don't want you to get stuck in the planning phase. Go for it. It's gonna be scary. You're not gonna know what to do. You're not gonna know how to start. You're going to probably feel like, how do I do this? I don't have, the guidance. I don't have the tools. I don't have the equipment that I need. But I'm telling you right now, just take that leap of faith and start. Take that leap of faith and do that thing that you feel that was planted in your head that you're supposed to be doing. I promise you that it will shift your life into a different direction. A lot of the times, the reason, and I'm feeling led to say this too, the fear of change. We're so scared of the fear of change because we don't want to be uncomfortable. Sometimes we stay in a certain position, we stay in a certain lifestyle because it's easier. Our body, our mind, our brain, it's familiar with those feelings, even though if they're bad feelings, sad feelings, anger feelings. But we're so comfortable because that's what we know. And what happens is that when we know change is coming, we freeze, we become fearful, we don't want to take that step. But what if that particular thing, that particular change is going to lead you exactly where you need to be? Exactly the things that you've prayed for. Here's another analogy that's coming to my mind to share with you. There's a story of a man, you've probably heard this before. There's a story of a man, he was stuck at sea on the boat with some people, and, he was asking for help, and, he prayed to God and he said, God, save me, like, please come down and save me. So, he's stuck, he doesn't know how to get out. And I'm sorry if I don't say this, to the T, but this is how I remember it. And So God sends him a boat, a rescue boat. And he doesn't want to get on. He tells the people, no, I'm waiting for God to come down and save me. Okay, the people leave. The next thing, God sends, a helicopter to try to come and rescue him, a rescue team. And he says, no, I'm waiting for God himself to come down and help me. And to make things shorter, the point is, a lot of the times we want things to be in a specific way. And I don't know why, I feel like I kind of lost the thought that I was trying to make, but let's just go with whatever is flowing right now. A lot of the times, we associate, we want it to be tangible, or we want it to be a certain specific way in order for us to be able to take that leap. But sometimes God, source, the universe, the way they're going to send it is going to be different. And you just have to know and understand that there's going to be different opportunities and different paths for you to take what is meant for you. But when you're scared because you just want it to be a certain specific way because you're comfortable, you don't want to do something that's uncomfortable, you can lose the opportunity. And sadly, like that man, he passed. And when he met God, he asked God, why didn't you come and save me? And God told him, I did. I sent you the rescue team. I sent you the boat. I sent you this. I sent you that. And the man was baffled. Like, what? But that's the thing. A lot of the times we want to have things a certain way, and no, in order for me to start this project, in order for me to start this journey, I want it to be this specific way because this is what I'm comfortable with. But what if, sorry guys, what if the path, the way that you're supposed to go is getting out of your comfort zone? It's getting a little uncomfortable. Trust me when I tell you, the queen over here of not wanting change, the queen over here, I'm telling you, the moment that you get uncomfortable, you embrace that uncomfort, I promise you, your life is going to do a complete 180. I promise you. And I don't know, maybe one day I'll write a book about my life because I feel like it's like a movie, okay? All kinds of things under the sun that you can think of. But I'm here to tell you right now, if somebody like me could materialize something that they never seen, that they can never, someone like me can do it, I promise you somebody like you can do it. This is your chance. This is your time right now to do it. Act on that idea. Create with that idea. I'm hearing create with it. I don't know what you're supposed to create, okay? But create with that idea. Create with it. It's going to change your life. It's going to send you in a path that you never imagined yourself to be. And you're just going to be like, what? You're just going to be like, what? Okay. So I know this is new for a lot of you guys, a lot of you guys watching, and I'm doing a little different type of video style where I'm not trying to edit. I'm just trying to say specifically, the thing that comes to my mind. I'm tapping into my intuition. The community that we built here, strong women that want to elevate all areas of their life, strong women that want to self-improve and become confident and have motivation. And I'm here to tell you this because I really feel it. In order for you to create that permanent change, in order for you to create that change, not just on the outside, because ladies, I really, sorry, I tapped my mic. I really want you to understand this. Change is not just the surface, okay? What you have on the inside will reflect on your outside. And trust me, I'm telling you this. How you are on the inside will reflect on the outside. So in order for you to actually elevate, to self-develop, to step into that life that you want, you're going to have to do the inner work. So this is why I feel like my channel has been led to this direction, to tell you, ladies, that this is not just surface, okay? You have to do the inner work inside of you because the power of your mind is bonkers. And we're going to dissect that in this channel. And if you want to follow along and learn all about that and really transform your life permanently for the long run, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below some things that you want to learn about, and we can dive deep into that. And I can show you personally things that have helped me, because I'll never talk to you about this channel of things that I haven't done or things that I am currently doing, because I want to be very transparent, and I'm here to tell you this. And I'm going to stop rambling because, I know that you got things to do, okay? But I really feel this. We got to do the inner work. If we really want to elevate, if we really want to change our lives forever, we have to do the inner work. And when you deprogram yourself from shifting from fear, I heard this morning, fear, why am I losing my thought? Fear and belief. Fear and belief. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why my mind is pacing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe okay. I'm just going to go with what I feel, okay? Why are you so fearful when fear requires you to believe in something that you haven't seen yet? Think about that. When you're fearful to start something, you don't even know what's going to happen, but you're already scared to do it because you're thinking about all the things that could go wrong. But fear is an illusion. Fear is an illusion, okay? And I really want you to really marinate that and, digest that. Fear is an illusion.